Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Summit 6. Hope you enjoyed that recap of all the shenanigans we had here yesterday. And there really were quite some meepos, pudges involved. Kind of back and forth games, a bit of throwing, but the left, right, centre, some crazy series. And hopefully we're going to continue that on to today with some more crazy stuff. And what better way to start it with an NP game. And nonetheless, NP versus EG. We have 8 players out of the 10 in the lobby at the moment, so we should be starting very, very soon. Ben Wu, what's going to happen here? Are MP going to take down EG like we've seen in the past, or have EG got their number this time?
They actually seem pretty evenly matched.
Yeah.
I think in the last 4 games they're 2-2.
Yep. It's just one of the games with the best of one, and obviously
Yeah.
I think every time NP, even in the best of 3s, even if EG wins 2-1, NP always takes that first game, so I think they want to play best of 1s, or versus Alchemist.
I think the whole thing that is best of 3, it's gonna put EG definitely in favor, and
think
I would have EG as clear favorites in this series.
Really?
Clear
Even though we've
favorites?
seen MP take them down before?
The only time that we've seen MP actually take a series off of EG was the best of 1 at last week.
No, it was
The
best of
rest
one.
was
Yeah.
every best of 3, every series that they've ever played, they all lost, like every time. And yesterday, sure, NP won 2-0, but at the same time, they were losing those games at some point in that game as well. And I think EG is a team that, if you are losing at the start against EG, there's a very tough time coming back from that. They won yesterday in the first game. They won against what was it, Faceless?
Yeah.
The only reason they won is that wombo combo with the Warlock, Fatal Bonds, and the Golems and Starstorm on top of that.
But that was EHOM. Well,
That was EHOM.
that was EHOM.
Yeah, and
That
Wrong
was,
team.
that was MP versus EHOM. Yeah, but yeah,
EHOM.
exactly what you said. Yeah.
Against EHOM, yeah. So
Yeah.
that is, I think that is the only reason that they won that game. That team fight there gave them
Yeah, EHOM
the
should have won
tools
that
to win.
before them.
Yeah, and EHOM should have won. So I think EG is not going to make those
I think-
mistakes.
EG's more solid, would
Yeah.
you agree, Grant?
I would say they're more
MP's a little
solid.
bit more... MP's got maybe... They can win games in a much more flashier style, but they
Yeah.
can also lose games in a more flashier style than EG.
Exactly. I think the biggest thing, because we had both those teams on the couches, and they both
Yeah.
talked about the first picking phase is the biggest thing. Like, if you go back to the drafts and watch, like, all they talk about is, like, openers. Openers determine, like, almost the whole game. And the 2 biggest heroes they were talking about is Warlock and Drow. So I think it comes down to those 2 heroes.
I mean,
whether
yeah.
they get, like, the
Yeah.
order they get picked or banned in.
I mean, Ben, do you think every game this series, Warlock, Drow, first pick, first ban? Is going to be...
Warlock for
Yeah.
sure. Drow not so much.
Okay.
We've seen Drow have
EG will
a
it
fair
feels
amount
like
of weaknesses.
EG will take.
EG will
it's
take
fair,
Drow,
feels like.
but NP is not too big on the Drow.
I think they
Not
know.
as big.
I think they know how to play against it. I'm not sure if I've seen them play it.
Naga, I think, will be kind
Oh,
of
Naga should.
EG
Naga
first
will be
ban?
first ban for
Yeah.
sure. EG.
Yeah.
I think EG said they're never gonna let Naga through.
Any other heroes you feel that we've got to be keeping an eye out for?
No,
Bat
just Warlock and
Rider.
Drow
But Nyx Assassin, I think, was being banned out quite a bit, wasn't
Yeah.
it, against MP the other day?
against MSS.
Yeah, MSS is
It's
Nyx.
hard to ban out MSS.
Yeah.
What
I
a
mean,
guy.
MSS has been having a pretty good tournament. He's definitely given us some great performances
having
on
a-
some games, hasn't
He's
he?
been having a good
A
run.
good post shuffle. He's just
Yeah.
been.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
he's definitely been like the star player. I think of the almost whole Western scene besides maybe Ramses.
Would you agree, Ben? And any player from MP that's really kind of shone out to you, with this recent kind of uplift?
It's just because he had poor performances prior to this
Okay.
team. It's
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I
Talking
would
about his EG days, the darker days.
and other teams. Shazam.
Shazam. He was pretty good on Shazam.
He was
though. I think that's when
dec-
people
well,
started
it's-
looking
it's
at him. That's
his
why he's on a team now.
Like, he
yeah.
didn't carry his team there.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't easy, but
Yeah.
SVG's been playing really well too.
He is too.
He
Yeah,
has as well. And SVG, I mean, what kind of team, for some people a little more or less into the
Shazam.
NA, he's been, what, Shazam?
And he did good. He was at the People forget they were at the Frankfurt Major with
Yes.
when he was on Dark Horse Cloud9.
Wasn't he coaching EG at some point?
He was coaching EG for TI6.
Oh, well, SVG was?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I did not know that.
He was
Okay.
on the. I remember EG was talking about it, or Zai and Sumil. They're like, yeah, I mean, Drow strats are hard for us to run because SVG literally knows how we play and how we run it. And they were saying that. They're like, well,
so they have an
that's why-
insider on
yeah.
MP.
Yeah.
they do, and it's paid off definitely.
Yeah. And as we
Different
heard, SVG quite a bit stay on the panel when he was casting. Seems like quite a smart guy.
He's
Yeah.
really smart. I don't want to say he's smarter than the other two. Don't tell him, but pretty smart guy.
Oh, yeah. Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The lobby is full. The game is loaded. We'll be able to get ourselves right in now to the draft. EG versus NP. As you guys are saying, we're expecting Nagas, Warlocks, Drows here in the opening
Ursas.
fruit. Ursas?
There's been a
certainly
lot of
picked up,
Ursas.
but
I don't expect it as much.
not
I
too
think
early on.
EG
No,
is
not
gonna
early
pick
on.
it.
No, not
early on.
No.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't. It's normally like 4th or something like that.
Here we
Yeah,
go. So
Naga, Warlock, Drow, maybe
IO.
Oracle.
No,
too.
I believe every team's been banning IO against EG.
Against
too.
EG, yes.
Just
Against
against
NP,
EG.
not.
5 seconds
Yeah.
remaining.
There it is. I think it'll be.
There it is. Yeah, bang up.
I want to say it will be an IO drow, but maybe NP has a certain strategy against it.
No, I'll get MP. Warlock ban? Or
Wait, in the best of one.
No, first pick is on NP.
So they want to keep it.
They want to keep it. So
Yeah,
that
wait.
They can pick it.
In the best of one, NP had. Did they have drow or just alchemist? They lost to an alchemist, right? I'm
Oh,
actually
in the
thinking
Northern
now when they
Arena.
lost.
You were there. You were casting. You were on the
Well, I
panel.
wasn't casting, yeah. I was
Yeah.
just there. No, I mean,
You were
it's
working
hard.
out
There's
then.
been a lot
I
of
was-
games.
I was
There's
putting my
been a
feet
lot
up.
of games played, Owen. No, don't make me look dumb. Thanks.
That's
That
the battle we
right.
talked about. Sheev
Okay.
talked about that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Warlock and Drow are still in the pool.
Yep.
Either one or both are going to get through.
Warlock's better.
Warlock is insane.
He's better
Fatal.
than Drow, I would
People
say.
understanding how Fatal Bonds works now is it's pretty good.
It's a good spell.
It's an insanely good. Like people didn't realize like it's a good late game. You get on 5 heroes. It's an insanely good laning spell. You throw it on a hero and 2 creeps, he just has to leave.
5 seconds.
You know, with the kind of the
That's the draw.
popularity of Warlock, why are we not seeing? What happened to Zeus? You know what I mean? Surely that with Fatal Bonds is ridiculous. Is it just Zeus is just not a good hero?
Yes.
It's just
I
what
think
bad
we-
in laning state is.
Bad in lane stage,
Yeah.
he gets and people like the whole raindrop argument. I mean, he takes the charges off really quick, right? But as a Zeus, you want to be getting the solo kills or kills around the map, and it slows down his early game like a
So
super
the
big
rain
amount.
drops pretty much kind of
They
stop.
definitely killed his early game momentum, which is what he's big for. I mean, Ben being the Zeus
He
player,
also has just no lane control in mid.
Five
You,
seconds
you almost
remaining.
you
always
have
let
to spam
the
out.
mid lane free farm. There's not that much you can do about it.
Oh, EG, and then with the ogre,
Turn to pick.
Nothing surprising.
another hero that EG been playing around with. Are we going to see any Venomancers come through in this series?
There's a, I know our tour wants to play it, and
We've
Zai
seen
doesn't.
EG open with Ogre Veno before,
Yeah, we have.
haven't we?
We
Yeah,
actually
that's
thought they
an
were going
EG.
to do it when we were casting last time, and they didn't. They just didn't want to pick it.
5 seconds remaining.
It's decent. It can do a lot of different things.
Venom.
Oh, there it is.
They do it.
Yep.
Yeah. EG.
Radiant team pick.
They're the ones to make it big, right? They were the ones
Recently.
started.
I would
Recently
bring it
started
back
picking
I
it
recently,
think,
again.
yeah, Complexity did it first with
Yeah.
the Z-Freak did like the level 6 at 3 minutes jungling or whatever in Dire, and now it's, oh, it is Dire too. Huh. We've
Yeah.
been seeing him pick it more on
10
Radiant.
seconds remaining.
It's a lot easier to not get contested, but even though they do every game.
5 seconds remaining.
So Team NP, they picked the Sven a lot, but I remember the Venomancer kind of destroyed their Sven strats
Yeah.
because
EG's turn
he
to
just
bat.
controlled the Ancients and push out the lanes, and Sven like needs a lot of space to be able to farm this Ancients. So I would have been surprised if they had picked it, especially first phase. Juggernaut, now they have double heal versus the Veno ult. I forget what game we saw this. It was
10
which team
seconds remaining.
played support Veno. It was DC. DC played support Veno, and they had double heal on the
5
opposite team, and
seconds
Veno pretty much
remaining.
did nothing the entire game in terms of damage. He might have done a lot of damage, but it always got healed back up.
Down at the Dark Sphere, I haven't seen much of that
Radiant
lately.
team back.
Worried
We
about
saw, I think OG played in a game. OG actually played it in a game where they had Warlock, Jug, and Dark. I can't remember who it was against. They won the game, but they did run that kind of combo before.
That was probably against
OG
EG.
at least. I think was it against EG?
Might have been.
Maybe it would. Yeah, I guess it would have been. Maybe EG going, well, OG did this against us. We don't
Let's
want to let
do it,
MP
yeah.
do this against us. It was a
Yeah.
very strong draft.
I think it was DC.
Was it DC? Had so many good games, and they'll blur together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just love Dota.
So there's the Ursa ban.
Turn
Yeah,
to
yeah.
bat.
yeah.
Yeah, EG's definitely been favoring that hero in the 3rd, 4th pick, like Sheever said. Nothing too surprising. It seems like, I think we saw it yesterday, Ogre's like the best second pick you can have. Just all around great hero, but you don't want to first pick
10
it because you lose.
seconds remaining.
You just lose a lot. He's not a first pick hero. It's strange. EG
5
explained it better. Go watch the VOD.
remaining.
There's other priorities you have to have for the
Yeah,
first pick
exactly.
anyway.
Reserve time.
But Warlock. Do you guys enjoy watching Warlock? I mean, we're going to be seeing him until the patch.
I mean, the
so
damage that's done with a good Fatal Bonds combo is quite satisfying.
it is, especially that
Yeah,
NP
just
one.
that one,
oh,
so-
boy.
Yeah. I think also Warlock, you know, you got that big team fight Wombo combo potential, and that's always exciting to watch. And when it does happen, I mean, that's what the clips are made of, right?
Yeah, exactly.
He's starting to see more and more counters though. Wings used a Brewmaster to try
yeah.
and counter the Warlock.
Radiant
I wouldn't be
team
too
back.
surprised if EG pulled it out.
Yeah, because one of the Brewmaster summons has a spell that instantly does about 3/4 of the health of the golem, doesn't it?
I'm
You
not
can
sure if it's
purge off the
3/4,
you can purge
but-
off the fatal bonds, but you can only do it one target at a time.
And you can tornado.
There's
the golem.
definitely one of the weird things that no one ever uses of the Brewmaster
The
that
dispel. It
wipes
would be-
a
it would
lot of
be
the
on
health
both.
of the golem.
It'd be the Wind Panda then.
Yeah, it's something that the Wind Panda.
Is
I
it
can't remember
actually
the spell
does.
name. Yeah.
It's like Windwalk.
Yeah.
Reserve
It's not
time.
Windwalk.
It's some.
It's not
similar.
Windwalk. Come on,
It's
Ben.
some
Come on.
purging thing.
And then we see, well, Centaur. We've seen
What, he has-
NP play a lot.
He only has 2 spells: Dispel Magic and Windwalk.
EG's
The Wind
turn to
Bandit.
The Dispel
He
Magic
has
does
Tornado
damage.
too.
Oh yeah, and Tornado.
But
it's
Dispel
the
Magic does the
I think.
800
Dispel Magic
It does
does
the
it.
damage to
The
the summon.
850 damage
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
the summon.
yeah,
so-
that's it. Yeah.
Clockwork Bando. Seen DC, EG play. It seems to be an NA thing.
OG too.
10
Oh, gee, that's true.
seconds
Oh, yeah,
remaining.
they did it. They kind of, like,
They first picked
bad
it.
manner
dude.
picked it
Oh
against them.
yeah,
that was
the
fun.
S4 clock. That was a great game. That was a really good.
I think he's
one.
also great versus the Warlock. You always just want to kill him before he can drop any of his
Reserve
spells.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to be able to do that this game.
It looks like they're going for more sustained damage. We haven't seen cores yet, but
What about? Do you think? Well, I guess MP more likely. Any chance we're going to see the old MSS Omni Knight come through? We saw it in a game before. Did very well in lane.
I think you have to see
Is
the
it just-
cores before you pick. That's like
Yeah.
a 5th pick off lane hero.
Beastmaster for EG, making sure that obviously MSS as well doesn't get his hands on that one. One that we saw him have a very good performance in that game. In fact, against eHome, where they had a rocky start, but MSS was keeping it stable on his Beastmaster. And obviously, we saw the Axis and Fatal Pollen combo do the massive amounts of damage in that defense.
And it's great if you're gonna expect to be team fought from NP side. It's great to have the vision with the Hawks to make sure where the Warlock is.
Yeah.
His positioning is so important for that hero. Beastmaster can easily disrupt that,
Reserve
He adds a
time.
lot
Or
of things.
reveal that. Yeah.
He's just
Push,
the-
team fight. He's all around good.
He's also anti-BKB versus the Juggernaut.
Yeah.
Yes, he can't split pushes easily versus the Beastmaster, and also like Veno Core doesn't scale the best because he doesn't really do any physical damage. I have seen some butterfly builds, but with the Ogre Magi and the Beastmaster, with the mass attack speed, with the Bloodlust and Inner Beast, like someone's gonna be attacking at 200% attack speed, whoever your other core is. So that's always pretty nice going to the late game. They buff up your other cores a ton.
If you already got the Ogre Beastmaster, I mean, you just have a bunch of stuff that just helps everyone else.
Is this a game for the SVG Classic, the Elder Titans come through on MP?
I don't want to say no to you because
It's
of what
not
happened
ter-
last time.
Yeah, it's really not that terrible. Just I don't think it works well. Warlock plus Elder Titan as a
It's
as a support
defensive.
duo. It's really defensive, and you're going to be playing against a Venomancer. How much armor does Elder Titan start with? Because he would be the guy who would have to stop Veno if they do jungle.
Oh, it's the MSS hero coming through first. That
More team fight.
getting that
Woo.
tied out.
At this point, if you're EG, are you gonna focus on getting more team fight yourself so that you can actually deal with NP, or are you gonna focus on more split pushing so that you don't have to team fight at all?
Good question.
Good.
I'm trying
Ben.
to. I mean, Tidehunter Warlock already is so much. I mean, I don't think you can even pick 2 heroes right now that gives you more team fight.
I think you
On
always
EG.
need more team fight though. Like
do,
or
but-
you're just stalling until like
Like you get a Morphling or an AM, something.
you
I think
could.
Morphling. I don't think
Morphling-
you, can do, you
Morphling
can't do
they can't
Morphling now
stop.
because Elder Titan would actually be really good in the 4th pick. You'd have to last pick it.
Yeah,
I think
actually-
Morphling-
Yeah, wouldn't
really
Morphling
good.
be? Yeah, Morphling would be
Morphling's
really
good for
against
EG, I think.
Yeah, they've got no ways to really catch him on MP.
Storm Spear's looking really good for Sumail as well. They've already committed one of the supports on Warlock. Doesn't really do that much to him. Tidehunter, I mean, you have to commit a Ravage. Even Juggernaut's not good versus him.
There's a lot of lack of disables on both sides. Actually, maybe
Yeah.
EG is a little bit better off with the Roar and the Ogre Magi.
Yeah, at least they
Fire
got.
Blast,
Yeah.
but it's still, you know, the Fire Blast is such a short range, and you don't always want to use the Roar.
I actually love this. NP was talking about on the couch yesterday, like, Faceless, all they do is want to pick a uphill defense, and both teams have, like, insane uphill
Uphill
defense.
defense.
Brilliant team pick.
Oh, the
OD?
OD coming through. Something that I feel we used to see a little bit more against Jug, but something that's always nice to have against that. You know, that defensive mechanism against an Omni Slash, making it very hard for Jug to look for a good target to go for if OD's in the neighborhood.
10 seconds.
He
remaining.
can also drop the golem really fast, especially with all the attack speed. He's also pretty good
5
at a tide.
seconds
Like
remaining.
the Tidehunters recently haven't been getting blink as often, so they
Yeah.
just like kind of walk into the fight, and most of the time you can't stop his Ravage, especially with the Beastmaster roll. But with OD, you can keep him in place with the Astral and then do whatever you want. You know, roar someone else, and you'll have a good amount of time to do whatever. But EG, they don't have to commit to either team fight or split push. What they can also do is like when you see Warlock tied, it's like 3 minute, not 3 minutes, but close to 3 minutes cooldowns. So they can fight like every minute, and much
Ooh.
faster.
Yeah.
The SVG Chen.
EG's turn to ban.
They still have a support pick, so it's actually not that bad that Chen has come out already.
If that Venomancer now that the Chen is picked up, is that Venomancer definitely going to be a core, or will it still be a jungle? Because I'm assuming that Chen can definitely
10
disrupt
seconds.
Veno's
I mean,
jungle. a lot
because
more.
Arteezy did kind of joke the other day saying he wants to play the
5
Venomancer.
seconds
He enjoys playing.
I mean,
Yeah.
is there a chance EG would let him play the safe lane Venom?
Definitely.
Yeah, against this?
They would be.
It can work?
They'd be really all in with that, though.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think OD is like a really hard carry in this game.
But
too.
even in the late game, I mean, once Tidehunter and Warlock start, like, once you get the Midas on Warlock, like, he starts scaling up. I don't know.
Venomancer's pretty nasty too. Like
He
if you
is.
can actually kill the healing ward, it's pretty dirty. Also, you need
It's a good ban.
Team ban.
You need generally you want a support that deals with the Chen creeps.
Yeah.
So Witch Doctor, Crystal Maiden, Enchantress. What else? I think that's mostly it.
I thi-
Sometimes ET is picked too.
I think that's what NP's talking about. They're like, is there good chances of Venoman? I mean, they still don't know
10
themselves.
seconds
So
remaining.
it's always fun to see what the other team thinks about
Yeah.
it.
5 seconds
I like that
remaining.
the Alcus band, EG has been losing a lot to that hero.
So they
Yeah.
think it is a core
They
Veno.
think it's the
Yeah.
Artor Veno.
Team pick.
The Alchemist band. Thank goodness. I couldn't go, you know, just another Alchemist game.
Banning out the AA.
I mean, yeah, I guess they've got, what, 3 heals and, well, a Tide that's going to be looking to build a mech, so AA. Ice Blast would be pretty annoying.
10
So what do they
seconds
need now?
remaining.
Envy Hero. Morana's still out there. Invoker.
5
A lot of
seconds
heroes. I mean,
remaining.
obviously OD's tough to lane against, but you're going to have a Chen possibly rotating middle, and Chen's
Yeah.
really good, especially early game against OD. OD wants to use his Astral to farm, but if he uses it to
Huskar could
farm,
be good too. I don't know.
think.
Well, what about the old Razor?
Dragon Knight.
They will be
they go with
Dragon
DK.
Knight.
pretty, the melee Razor.
Turn
Just
to
go to
pick.
lane and just, you know, hit creeps. You're not going to win. You're not going to, like, dominate your lane, but
Well, tell that
You're
to
DK.
Anna.
okay, I will.
Anna dominated his lane with a DK earlier this
That's
tournament.
true. Well, I mean, you're not going to get, like, a solo kill. You're not going to go,
Yeah,
like,
you shouldn't get a
bonkers.
solo kill. Yeah.
Yeah.
10
well, you should.
seconds remaining.
We've seen crazier stuff.
And he's gonna get some help from the Chen
5
probably as well.
seconds remaining.
And that is a killable lane now. Chen plus even just one in the DK stun.
Reserve
Here we
time.
go, EG.
If it is the Artor Veno, yeah, yeah, okay.
So it is going to be support Veno.
The Port Veno.
It's going to be, what, the mid, Timber and RTZ safe lane OD?
Ah. Yeah,
think
it has
so.
to be the
Yeah.
middle timber, I think,
Yeah,
versus
so-
DK.
so Mount
It doesn't have to, but it's
Does
really
that mean that NP has to be very aggressive early game because that's the only way for them to punish the Venomancer jungle?
You can trade it with the Chen farm. Chen
Yeah.
doesn't farm as fast.
Okay,
as Veno.
but then he can't gank as much.
Chen doesn't need as
Yeah,
much farm
he
either,
can.
really, so I think it's good for NP.
Is-
Their,
No.
their lanes are already pretty strong though. Warlock almost always wins
Yeah.
his lane.
I mean, is the Timber still not going to crush the DK in the mid lane?
Oh, he should.
Oh, he should.
He should absolutely dominate him.
To
If
the-
it is.
I mean, to the point, yeah, I guess, how do you deal with that if you're MPG? Just say,
No,
all right.
see, it is
Oh,
going to
okay,
be
no.
Sumail. I
So
mean,
I-
they could still swap in game. They've tricked me before. Like 3
Okay.
minutes into the game.
Oh, and they
I-
could still also have Smil on safe lane.
Yeah. I don't think they will.
No.
5
Sumail's-
seconds
But
remaining.
they could do RTZ safe lane, Timber, and Sumail mid OD.
Or
Or are they going to swap?
this might be a Timber Ogre duel off. Are they crazy enough?
That sounds too crazy.
Too crazy?
Too crazy.
You don't think EG's that crazy?
No.
I love
All
those
right.
portraits.
Sumail calling to end.
The-
What does that mean? How translate this NA or
In-
talk? What does
In
end mean?
pubs, end means just end the game. That's pretty much it. Everyone just spams it. Usually it's GG end. You don't just see the
Yeah.
end,
Is
right?
Is there a
It's usually
reason for
GG.
capitalizing the E, the N, and lowercase d, or is this just
That's
some...
IX Mike. It's
That's
just the
IX Mike,
thing,
yeah. Yeah.
Some days you're just spamming stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever flamed somebody in a pub, or defend yourself against flame? I mean, you're just typing as quick as you can.
No, it's
Sometimes
true,
you hold
yeah.
the shift button down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You
So-
never use the caps lock. You always
I-
have to
I'm
manually
not a
hold
caps
the
locker.
shift.
I'm a
no,
shift.
no one... No.
I'm a shifter.
That's for noobs, man.
Yeah, don't
I'm
use
not a
caps lock.
noob.
That's like auto casting orbs, man.
Oh my goodness.
I bet they use caps lock in League of Legends, you know.
Here we go. Just some.
SVG.
Some banter.
What's coming?
You should have seen the lobby chat, dude.
A lobby
Sumail
chat's
was
Oh,
just
he was spamming
spamming
those
rolls,
numbers.
roll, yeah.
Yeah.
and then Blaze is like, "Can you guys cut it with it?" And then
What is that?
That's a
That's a
unicorn.
It's a
Unicorn.
unicorn
With a lightning thing on his unicorn.
Horn.
and a Chen.
Sumail's just.
Sumail is going...
dude,
He
he's-
is
Wait,
showing
no,
off
he
his
is.
emotes.
He is complimenting.
What's he come?
Oh, the Chan, yeah.
He's complimenting the Chen.
SVG Chen.
It's a lightning Chen.
Ah,
Like-
A lightning Chan.
a lightning Chen.
A lightning Chen.
Indeed.
It's a unicorn and one of a kind Chen.
How often do these guys? I mean, I think the whole EG, NP,
Yeah.
even Complexity, DC, and I think FDL, like those 5 teams are going to be playing so many games. And I mean, we already saw the qualifiers, right? Like those 5 teams just like hundreds of games versus each other, scrims
Yeah.
as well. It's going to be an interesting
Nice,
NA
nice.
off-season, per se, after Boston. Wait, you don't roster locks don't undo after Boston, do
You
they?
can change, yeah. I think between
You can change it till the
Boston and the next
17th.
major, and then you can change again after that major. And
Yes.
Yeah.
The question is how many changes we will see.
Do you think we'll see much switch up in the NA, or do you think these guys are going to go strong at the Boston major? We're going to see.
There's definitely going to be changes.
Yeah.
I don't think think EG and NP are reasonably safe, but I'd say the teams below those could change.
GG, well played.
And this is a real classic.
What's the V spam from Arteezy? He's
Classic
going
you
in
guys,
on the V's.
man.
Just faces.
Oh, it's a face. It's like a duck.
No, it's true. NP pauses at the beginning of every game as
Yeah.
long as they can get away with it in any league. Any league, they will pause at
What's
the beginning.
what's the reason? What are they doing right now in the room?
So they have a team that has
this?
a lot of theory crafters in it.
Yeah.
And this is the perfect time to theory craft once you see the draft. What could possibly happen and all these scenarios that could possibly happen and have an
Maybe.
answer to them already.
Or they're just trying to tilt Sumail, which could be working. I honestly think it's smart.
To
I think
try to
you can
tilt
tell
Sumail.
Sumail doesn't usually talk like this. You can tell he's in a good spirits, good mood.
If
They
he's all
slow him
chatting this
down.
much,
Yeah,
this is quite
it's definitely him.
not. And here we go again.
Wow, what is happening?
That's GG.
It's a long pause here.
Well, we are switching out a chair.
Oh, is
Are
that
we?
what's going on?
That is what's going on.
How do you know?
How do you know?
Because it was said in the chat.
Oh, I was too. I was busy looking at everything
Need
else.
pause to change out a chair.
Ah. Good, we got someone watching.
we're looking
the
at the
important.
faces.
Yeah, you're watching the
Yeah.
important bit of chat. What is this? I just MSS crying because it's Beastmaster. It was Beastmaster. MP strap pause end.
Indeed.
geez, yeah.
So Ben, who do you favor right now, draft wise?
Deep sigh.
MP early game, EG late game. But
So
I would
what's-
say NP.
What's NP's window? Like, do you think if they win their lanes, they're just good? They're just gonna keep snowballing.
Yeah, tight
Kinda
hunters,
thing.
level 6. Chen's really strong early.
Yeah.
Like they need a lot of farm on the timber, a lot of farm on the OD.
They got good high ground defense though.
Both
Yeah.
teams do.
Yeah.
Ven Awards.
I think.
I think
EG surely bloodlusted OD is just so scary.
Yeah, it is.
I just
Especially once he gets like his third item, like a third item BKB. I mean, he'll be untouchable in fights.
so is Warlock Tide though. Warlock Tide's really nasty for team fights.
What is this music, Artie? Is this some NA tunes?
Yeah,
from-
it's just no. That's actually Russian.
Younghun.
Younghun's
Oh,
Russian.
Younghun's Russian.
Yeah, I've
Okay.
seen the Stoli music video. It's just Russian guys in tracksuits sipping Stoli in a boat.
What's Stoli?
Everyday life.
It's vodka.
Oh,
We
I
got
don't know
broken
what Russian for
chair
vodka is.
problems.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
So what do you guys want to talk about?
In other news, we're looking for new chair sponsors.
He's kidding. He's cut his mic. It's too swole.
Do we have a chair sponsor at all?
yeah, it was
Don't
sponsored
you
by,
see
it was
the
sponsored by
bottom right?
DX Racer.
yeah.
Are we?
DX Racer's provided.
yeah.
I imagine they
Oh
provided
my
us with all the
God.
chairs. Here.
He's just spamming out anime now.
Kuroko no basket.
I think EG's just out of control right now. I think Blaze really needs
Yeah,
to
they're-
get into that
they
role.
are out.
They're out of control. Blaze, you need to get him.
Because Sumail said, didn't he, if he loses to
He's
MP,
gonna be watching
he's going to
anime.
be on the anime hype train.
And I told
Yeah.
him I probably wouldn't be his friend after that, so
Okay.
it's a lot of pressure
So
on
he's
him.
playing for you.
You're
not
still
French-
MSS's
yeah,
friend.
French.
Yeah, but he was born into that lifestyle. Well, Sumail's choosing it right now.
He's also playing into his for his sanity then.
Yeah, he is. He really is.
This is an important
But let's
series.
be honest, like some of our childhood's best moments were Pokemon, right? And that's technically an anime.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pokemon's anime, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 Ben, why are you being so sorry?
I don't know the definition of anime.
I mean, an
really.
animated cartoon, right?
Animated cartoon and then
it.
preferably
Does-
made in Asia somewhere.
Does the word anime have one of those like French accents on the E?
Oh.
No.
No.
Well, did you know we're back in game?
Oh,
Get hyped.
Shazam! There we go.
Shazam?
MSS remembers.
Lamau.
I really enjoyed that team.
It's a good name, isn't it?
It was a very good
Shazam.
name.
Wow.
So, High
What
Wizards
did-
of the... That one was
I
good,
saw
too.
the WoW.
The WoW?
There was a WoW on screen.
Was the Oh, I did not see the WoW.
So Arteezy didn't swap heroes with
Okay.
Sumail,
It will
They,
be.
they saw each other.
and
Hello.
Zai has an Iron Talon.
Ogre.
Oh,
Not going,
yeah.
Ogre bought everything. He didn't get Windlace or an Orb of Venom.
What did we see Zai do? It was like, level 6 at 2 minutes 50.
Oh,
Just something
5.
crazy.
Level 5.
Yeah.
Level, yeah.
Oh, and he's going to do Ancients plus
Oh.
the big camp. Okay, I actually like this switch over because they're going to be expecting him to do over by the small camp.
Is the
Yeah.
So this isn't necessarily faster, it's just safer.
It's harder
straight
to...
jungle?
Oh, but they're going to spot it out. They
yeah,
know.
they have
already
a
know.
ward already of the high ground. That is really
That's
clever.
good for the Chen. That's smart.
Yeah.
So NP, I already like their start just because that ward and how EG wanted to maybe do Ancients.
I mean, but can't Crit kind of sit between here and mid and just make sure no one passes and kind of keep that area?
He
Sure,
can't, but it
then-
weakens their safe lane a ton.
Yeah.
You can't really gank the Veno there. That's really hard to gank.
Yeah, I mean, that too. But you can just sit there and take... If he's doing Ancients and he takes a minute to an Ancient, you just leech half of it. It's still definitely good. It's like the best thing. There we go. Some good luck, some have funs. DK just first item, poor man shield.
Yep. Not the Bassi this game.
Not the bad, not the DK Bassi.
Not the DK Bassi.
How does Timber do against Tidehunter?
He should still beat him reasonably well.
Yes.
Yeah, melee strength.
He has to get his Quelling Blade.
I mean, assuming that Ogre is just not going to show up on top lane at all to start.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
actually,
so they're
now
switching it around.
Yeah, never mind that.
So they're trying to... who's avoiding what here?
They're avoiding the Tidehunter Timber matchup.
Because Timber just destroys him.
Yeah. Timber should do very, very well in that lane.
We do see, it looks like the Ogre already running up top, or is he going to place some wards?
Let's see.
Looks like he's going to ward. Still has both. Yep, there we go.
Go.
And now I think this is the first time EG actually saw the lane swap, so Ortiz gets bullied out of lane already.
So then there's Beastmaster Tidehunter on bottom. That's an even matchup.
I think Tide wins it till what, level 3 or 4? And then Beastmaster with the board can just put in a lot of work on him. Could be wrong.
Ah, Tornado creeps.
The Wild Wing right
Oh yeah.
Super annoying. And it's good because it means he has a Wild Wing if he just wants to stack camps
Chen,
right now.
Chen and Veno are already like at it.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on there. Probably just Chen looking at him.
Seems to be.
Veno's taking a lot of damage.
This is smart though. He zoned him out so he's going to get fully XP. And he's going to be level 3 almost already too.
Arteezy, he's not having a fun time up in this top lane either. And he's nearly through, well, the majority of his regen. Only one tango left.
Yep. Crit finally came up to help him. Huh. That should be really good farm for Owie.
Is there anything more that Chen can do to stop the Veno from farming there?
And we've seen him going over again on the bottom.
Without sacrificing too much of his own farm, I guess.
If he already has a creep in mid, he's not really sacrificing that much by just sitting there leeching XP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you, how do you really attack him from up there?
He got him. He got a Mud Golem.
Zai's manning up with the wards there.
Oh, and he doesn't deny his own wards though, and they're just going to get taken down.
Free
And
gold!
look at that. Oh my. Is that the big golem that has like 5 HP?
Oh yeah, he can finish that off.
He can.
And
That's
it's been stacked too, so he can't really. It's a really hard camp to take.
Yeah.
To stack. It will just take forever.
Yep, this was just another smart play by NP. They're starting off in a good laning phase, of course.
Golem stolen.
Sumail's actually getting...
I mean, this mid lane, Envy's
Yeah.
doing fantastic, isn't he, there at the moment? 8 for 3 against Sumail's 4 for 4.
That's really, really good for...
He had a wild wing, dude.
Yeah, true. Just zoned
Yeah.
him out. And there we see it. Oh my goodness. Tons of damage from level 1 Fatal Bonds even.
Yeah, great to get the neutrals as well. Just more HP to take down.
There you go, Ben. You're right. NP. They do the laning phase really well, which they're doing. And here we go. They're going to spin on crit, but they turn back onto Arteezy. They're just scared. This is actually going to be
Some
rogue.
good body blocks here. The Shadow Word here doesn't look to be enough, and indeed it's not as Arteezy comes past with the chain. And EG get themselves that first blood, so clearing up this lane up top that was starting to look a bit of a mess. And Arteezy actually going to switch it up and just get himself straight down to the bottom lane now. So he's getting the matchup against the Tide. The question is, do MP then react to that and send someone else down there, or do they just let Artor have his way with the Tide Hunter?
I'm actually...
They need to make sure that they don't lose their offlane too hard. It's sometimes risky running into an offlane because they just sent 3 people. There's Zai, he got pushed up by the Chen and then came out down there, so they can't afford to have the Warlock not be able to pull and not get XP. So it depends on what their priorities are for the Warlock, and it looks like he's gonna go down bottom. It's much safer for him. He's not gonna die there. They need his level 6 so they can fight with the Tide. You want them kind of around the same time.
And I do like it. Like EG, they've switched everything up. You know, we sent Artor down to bottom. You've sent the Beastmaster now into the jungle, and you've now given Zai that top lane to play with on the Venomancer.
Yeah, they're going to do a lot of levels, but it looks like Arteezy could be in trouble.
Yes,
SVG.
one chain should be enough.
Causing huge
Fine.
nuisances for Arteezy.
So now they're having the Chen like have to react to the lanes. So he has to like go like react to the Veno Ancient. He has to go react to this lane change to make sure that the Tidehunter is secured. And this will slow down the Chen a lot. It's not really great for him to have to move around the map so much and not get any kills.
Well, Veno went solo safely now with
Yeah.
the Beastmaster going jungle, so they're giving this crit a lot of space.
I think it's smart because the Venomancer can do a far better job than a Beastmaster at zoning out a Juggernaut.
It's also much less important if he dies. If he dies, it's just a Veno, and they're gonna have to commit a lot. It's just not easy to approach him at this point. They have no slows to get to him.
So look at the level chart. That is extremely good for the Dire side.
Yeah.
And they don't have any wards set up anymore. MP does not. They just have the one ancient ward that
No one's even using anymore. They don't really.
So they don't really know where to gank right now. Who's doing what? Beastmaster's gonna hit the 6 levels soon, and it could, their issues could compound.
In the mid lane matchup, Sumail's caught up with Envy. Both pretty much neck and neck, 23-8,
They're smoking
26.
around.
Oh, they're making sure also that the Warlock is not getting anything.
Oh, they've got some good creeps as well. 2 troll traps.
The double net.
This could be annoying, but Crit is there for backup.
Oh, Warlock died! Ah, he lives. So close.
Here we go.
Teleported out.
They're just waiting on middle. Are they
It's,
gonna,
it's a
looks like
hard
they're gonna go
gank,
on to
isn't
him.
it, with both of these heroes here?
And he's
Yeah.
bloodlusted.
Yeah.
He's out.
They had to wait for the Astral, and then
They
as
had
soon
to,
as
yep.
that happened, he just backed off. So another failed gank for the Chen, but
Turn into a push.
Tower.
They'll uplift. That's gonna be tough. Yeah, if they commit even another hero, they
Veno,
have to back out.
Zeiss keeping in, he actually already used the ultimate molecular attempt up top on Warlock that she mentioned. But mid lane, MP coming in, Owie with good Blade Fury to follow up the Troll Trap there. It's going to take down the Veno now with the second trap crit. Potentially trouble as well, Sumail. Trying to do his best to hold them back with the Astral.
Oh.
Sumail going to have a quick pause here. Arteezy.
Omni Slash is
Crash.
available.
It is. They have to be careful, and they know that Astral's on cooldown now.
they didn't defensively Astral to Veno. I thought they might have, right there.
Did he have ult?
No, he used it top when
Okay,
the
yeah.
Warlock was forced to TP out.
Yeah.
I think they're just stacking him.
But that gave Juggernaut his level 6, and now
True. They have to
additional
be
people
careful.
could die.
Is Beastmaster at least taking the tower at bottom, or is just controlling the lane?
He's
Because
about
he
to
should be
take
able
it.
to take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna trade probably 1-for-1 towers.
Yeah.
You think RTZ is gonna teleport though? Is like
He doesn't have mana. Well, he has a mango, I guess.
There's a mango and a teleport skill
Yeah,
available.
he can't really defend middle. at
And
all.
there's an OD, free mana battery.
True. Unless you just use a skill and then you don't get mana.
Yeah, unless you get unlucky.
Then you're in trouble.
Just Bloodlust a tower, glyph it. I think you make sure that you get bottom tower.
Okay.
Because if he goes middle lane, then the Tidehunter's going to get free XP and farm.
Okay.
They have
Nice,
healing
right
ward
there.
though, so it might be a little bit difficult. But I don't know. There's not that many creeps left. They're fine.
Bloodlust it's a pretty good spell at defending, especially this early in the game. We saw it. It helps Sumail avoid what, like 2 ganks already? Just then same move speed.
And he's lost his creeps.
Radiant's bottom tower has
Well, they get a 1-for-0 tower trade for EG. Really good for him.
Only losing Veno.
Or be careful, Owie. We've seen this before.
Now you got his face now.
It's good though. Warlock is trying to get that solo experience top. He really needs it. He was far behind. Now at least he's level 4.
They know both of them are there though. I wonder what they're going to do about it. How close is Beast? Oh, Beastmaster is already 6 actually. So
He needs to get mana, which he's doing.
it's time.
Time to start a killing. Okay, I got confused there
Why?
because Crit has his teleport effect to say DC when he teleports in. And it
Oh,
was
has
on
he
the
got the
floor.
thing
It's
equipped because he's got the
wait,
full
what?
DC card collection?
Just troll.
Yeah,
him.
you got the full DC card collection.
DC just TPing into this game.
Oh my goodness. Zai pretty farmed already. Looks like he's going to mech build.
Yeah.
It's pretty standard with support Veno. Middle lane looks like Sumail is actually caught up. I mean, Envy was definitely winning that laning phase like the first 5 or so waves, but net worth in favor, obviously the tower too.
Chen's deep in the Dire base.
He's very deep.
Oh,
What's happening here?
looking for a courier? Potentially he's got the trap to trap
I
it.
think he's just rotating without them noticing.
Yep.
Bottom lane, MSS getting fairly low. Arteezy is going to back up. Top lane, they're going to go in for the gank. They were smoked up. Universe, Crit, and Sumail moving in to join Zai. They've called out Rose. They'll take the Warlock. And can they get themselves anything more? That's the question. Now he still has Omni Slash. Sumail thinking about going in, holds the Tidehunter back as he TPs through. Didn't quite have enough mana, though, either way for a Ravage. But EG get themselves a kill and get themselves out. It's just the support, though. MP look to use this opportunity to move back to the free mid lane. And we'll probably find this tier 1. Sumail's on his way back, but no one else coming to help out. So MP get themselves a tower, but they do lose the support.
Yeah, I'm not really sure where SPG is rotating to, but it worked out because they got the middle tower because of it.
They might be able to do something about Arteezy in their jungle. He's been having a good old
It's
time.
quite hard.
They have no catch.
Yeah, he's got
They have a net. They don't even have. No, they have one net.
but he's got the chain. He's got 3 points in the
Oh, he
reactive
did?
armor.
Oh,
Hit the trade.
Jen's not level
The body
6.
block, SVG, taking
Oh.
quite a punch, but
Just melting them.
Yeah.
Arteezy can't finish it quite off.
They're really limiting the Warlock this game, though. They've killed him twice. He's still not 6. I mean, he can easily pick it up at 10, but the offlane was supposed to be a win for NP, or at least they thought it was with the way the start was going, with Arteezy getting really low early. But EG have made the necessary rotations to shut them down and open up their own jungle in the meantime. So I think this early game is a really big success for EG. They've really limited the Chen. They've limited the farm of their cores too. I guess DK got a free tower, but other than that, like Juggernaut's really low on net worth.
Well, this net worth graph is definitely looking grim for NP.
Yeah, we need to see how they use their first rock and their rotation up right now.
If they just lose a fight with their first rock, it could actually just
No pressure.
spell game.
It's really hard to lose with your first rock, though.
But if there's any team that can do it,
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. They're just pushing them on. And this is what they're gonna do. Just bully towers with DK and both big ultimates.
Yeah, now they're like forced to do something about it. If they don't, they'll just lose 2 towers. Bloodlust won't be enough to save them this time.
Right there, he's just.
oh, they're
chilling.
teleporting in the middle of it though.
AG want to do something about this. They'll throw the Gale out. Dragon Tail from MV to hold back hard tour, but they react with the Roar straight in. There's your Ravage from MSS trying to allow them to get MV out. He's being healed up by the Shadow Word. And will be sent home as well, so he survives. But indeed, they had to drop the rock for this one. They'll end up losing the Golem. This is not the fight that MP wanted. They used the Ravage, they used the Golem. Sheever said if there was going to be a team to do it, it would be MP, and it looked like it exactly ends up being that way. As
even get the
SVG
tier
trap
one.
back, he falls as well. EG take the fight, but it is MP committing those 2 big ults that, as you said, Ben, they needed to make something happen with, and it didn't happen.
That rock did nothing.
They also didn't have Jug there.
Yeah.
Oh.
He hasn't used his first ultimate yet either, which is surprising.
He's trying to catch up on farm, but they really needed that because they're not going to be able to approach that tower for a really long time. The T1's already down on bottom. They only really get 1 shot at that in the early game, and now they blew it. They blew with their ultimates. EG didn't lose a single hero.
He's gonna have a mech next fight.
Yeah, it's a disaster.
They didn't even need to use the poison over from Zai. He's still got that.
I like you could tell Universe like winning with he just
All
committed
crit.
his ultimate. Oh, he's
Could be in trouble. There's going to be TPs coming through. Now he's just going to back and run. And with Samael coming in, it's a good move
There's
from
his
MP. They
force
need to
stab.
get themselves out of here. Samael. Now he's just going to go for straight TP out. They've got the rock. Must have just come back off cooldown as well, as it was used on the bottom lane. Oi, oi, oi. Jug did not expect that one. That must have literally just come back off.
It was unnecessary. He could have just spun it and walked away.
Yeah.
But, you know, sometimes you go for like space creating plays.
Well, I
and it
think
doesn't
the
work
reason
out.
he did that is he ran into spin because he saw Sumail at the 4-step and could've killed him.
He would have been like
Step
Oh.
forward.
He would have been really
MV.
close to the T1 though.
That's true.
Envy's just come in for quick spam and brief fire, but immediately EG just closed in onto him. The Shadow Word heal is not going to be enough as Envy loses his life on that top tier 1 defense. EG take the tower, and it's all starting to spiral pretty quickly out of control now for MP. The net worth of Samael getting massively out of hands as he towers ahead of any of the members of MP. A clear 2k above Envy now at this stage, 12 minutes in.
That's the problem when you pick 2 big ults, right? You depend on both of them early.
Yep.
Whoever called the lane switching from EG, that's like
smart.
kind of
Yeah,
won them the
that
early
lane
game.
movement at the start, all 3 of them moving around. Because
Yeah.
he just managed to get everyone to the point that they needed to be. As you said, Ben, we're looking at the net worths, and you could see just across the board, EG's players were all in a much better position relatively.
We haven't even really seen Arteezy in these. Like we saw him in that fight bottom a little bit, but he's just been farming the last like 3-4 minutes now.
And
MP just had no idea what to do in the early game. They
Oh.
Second.
Well, with crit there, it should do.
oh, what?
Okay.
Oh, okay,
They do get the
maybe.
Samael kill. So that's a trade that MP certainly will take.
Zai has his ulti available. Perhaps if he still wants to fight.
Without Samael, it would be questionable.
Because they have the healing ward as well as channel.
But they'll take that. Well, they lose MSS, they lose a Ravage, but they get a big kill. As Samael getting brought down.
Is Timur building pipe, or is he just going for? Yeah,
That's a really early Bloodstone too.
yeah. They're gonna have all the items they need. They already have like the
He bought out.
mech very soon on Veno, the Vlads on the Beastmaster, and the Force Staff on the the OD, so they already have like all their team fight items. I don't actually think they are at a disadvantage at team fights anymore.
Yeah. I think they just have to play a little safer, but they're on a disadvantage.
Cores are
that wasn't
almost
that bad.
catching up to the Zai Venomancer.
There's a chance EG,
That
maybe when
works.
OD's alive, just go for Roshan without Ravage up. They take it really quick with Beastmaster.
Yeah, I think they could do it.
So he
But-
loves top though.
They're doing a fine job of like splitting out the lanes right now. He doesn't have Omni Slash.
Yes,
Oh, Universe has Raw.
Got him. Is
Owie.
there enough damage?
And there's no tower for backup to come into. He drops a healing ward with the damage from Sumail. Okay, the chaotic offering does come in, and that's actually going to allow them to potentially turn this one around. Yes, Sumail and Universe have to run.
The net creep, trying.
But almost all their 4 times that they cast their big ultimates have all
It's
been
to save
defensive.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not a good sign. They can try and transition to a push, but it's still not going to be what they're looking for. Only 2 kills to their name. They still have some upside, but they need to be able to use them all together.
Is that how it's supposed to work though? You don't take damage from OD if you spin right out of it? It's kind of odd.
I don't
He
think
didn't take damage
there's
from
some
the
heroes
Astro
you
when
can
you
do that
spot.
with, some heroes you
Yeah.
can't. Obviously, the obvious one you definitely can do is with Nyx Assassin.
Well, trade a tier 1 for a tier 1 it looks like.
Oh, he's going to be building magic resistance. Oh, Lord.
He's so fat. Like, he is more farmed than the mid.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And you even tried to contest him early.
Yeah.
Oh, they just killed the Warlock and the Golem.
And the creep to boot as well.
Yeah. Or did it still?
Or did it still...
I guess it still. No, I still died, but it died in the
Uh-oh,
base.
MSS in a little bit of trouble.
a lot of bit of trouble. Take down the tide.
Okay, let's be real. How are they gonna get back from this?
They need to use all the ults perfectly.
Big
though.
team fights with Fatal Pods.
Pretty much what they did versus E-Home.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Envy.
Oh,
Oh.
missed his Timber Chain.
Hey, the turnaround.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
We can
That's
call
how
it
it
the
creeps
turnaround.
They kept him alive.
Well, they
Close.
definitely
kept him
turned
alive.
around and ran away. Yeah.
Radiant's
Oh, and right back to the base.
Juggernaut.
It's better than dying. This is true. AY farming enemy jungles.
Hello.
Safest place where you can farm.
Universe.
Oh, hello.
Can you toy around with this now?
He didn't see it, I think.
Is
Nighttime.
it just outside of the base?
Yeah.
He's close.
They don't have any damage.
Without the... They just have tower push, big ultimates, and then if Juggernaut gets enough farm, they will. But he's going to have to play a perfect game now.
Yeah, I don't know what item you get to salvage the early game, though. Like, he has Yasha right now.
Uh-oh.
Oh, SVG. We're gonna hit. No backup will be coming into this tower for him, as EG will burn him out with the Ignite. And 10 for 2. EG continuing this momentum into the pit as well. Even though MP, they do have Ravage up, just not in a position to contest this.
They
EG
don't
gonna
have
get
any
this for free.
vision either. Look at the vision alone from EG. If anything, if MP would make a move, they would know about it as well, and they are ready.
It's really good warded. And Hawk.
Yeah.
I noticed Crit's actually leveling Ignite. Zai said if he ever played Ogre, he's doing the 1-1-4 stats build. It's interesting. Why do you think he leveled Ignite? You don't really need it that bad.
Radiant's bottom tower
Just
has
'cause?
fallen.
Why not?
Why not?
It's not like he's gonna die, really. They don't have
True.
damage. Juggernaut just has Yasha.
There's no BKBs, you can kite people around,
He
slows
missed
down
the
the
last hit because of
Dragonite.
it, though.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Knight did a little
attack.
too much damage. Well, here's the small game. This could be... This is the big fight.
They want to use those ults.
This has to be it. We see the drawing, they want to go into their own jungle and root them out.
They're fighting into a Sumail Aegis.
Yeah,
this
he's
is
out in front.
This is scary. And EG, they've got their ults. They have the Sanities. They have Poison Nova.
No Ogre.
Radiant's bottom
So EG are going to need MP are going to need a perfect jump in and well, they've revealed themselves. Looking for RTZ first. They'll drop the chaotic offering. It does catch two. They're trying to focus the Timbersaw, but the thing is, can they actually kill him? He's living. He turns around with a Chakram. RTZ taking down the Shadow Word. He'll finally fall. Well, he's back in 8 seconds. Sumail drops the Sanity's Eclipse. He's still got that Aegis to work with. MP have to be careful here. They're going to end up losing heroes themselves as Envy is turned upon by EG. Sliding forward, looking for more. Sumail's got the Astral onto SVG to set up. How he tries to TP out. He will make it. SVG not going to be as lucky as that was the attempt from MP with the ultimates. And it does not pay off. They get RTZ, but they lose 2, and they fail to take that Aegis away from Sumail.
That's like the tankiest person they could find. And also, that was the first Venom ult that I had that was level 2. Did a lot of work.
Boy, indeed.
I think that was Sumail even aimed the wrong hero. He just right-clicking the Tide after the ult. So I guess just stacking up. Look at how many. Oh my, he has a lot of intelligence.
Plus 40. Oh,
Smart young man.
goodness. Smartest kid in the team at the moment.
Well, no ultimates available instead of NP. I mean, there's no tier 2 tower on the bottom as well. Can they just rotate bot and take those racks as well?
It's very unfriendly
They
to stop
will.
a push like this.
They don't have their ultimates. They already lost. They already lost the fight, and I think the game at this point.
Hurricane Pipe, boys.
Oh,
Okay.
Ouchers.
Yep.
It's a good iron. And
GG.
GG. Plus
Yeah.
64 intel on Sumail at the end of that one.
19 minutes.
I think the good game was when they swapped the lanes and then MP had no response. They had 2 attack points. One was top lane, dealing with the Timber Saw, and one was the Ancients where they dealt with the Venom. That was Shen's job. And they did a very good job of that, but as soon as Zai had to go home and heal, TP top, killed the Warlock, and then they all swapped lanes, NP had no idea what to do. And
Yeah.
they lost like the next like
They just
6,
didn't have a
7
plan.
minutes of the game. Yeah, they just didn't know how to react. They were not fast enough at adapting at all.
Yeah, and it seemed like they felt that the only way that they could react is, as you said, just trying to look for that team fight. And obviously, we saw them down on the bottom lane. As soon as they had those ults up, it did not go to plan. And then subsequently,
Even before that,
Yeah.
they had a smoke with the Chen. They tried to gank mid twice with the Chen because that was what they had to secure their early game, and those just failed.
so you wouldn't say necessarily that loss was down to drafted, just down to good lane switching and kind of
Yeah.
good kind of
Just
EG having more of a plan
Good
than
in-game
NP
calls.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
good in-game calls,
Yeah.
for sure.
Just EG being a step ahead.
Yep. I mean, first of all, I like Zai. He just went to the Ancients first, and then when he did get contested, they went up top. Whoever called for that gank,
Yeah.
like Ben said, whoever called for that top gank got the kill, and then full lane rotation.
swap.
Genius.
I
I
think
mean-
also, I mean, NP,
Look at
their
those
draft
stabs.
was very. They drafted themselves a bit into a corner. They only had one way to win, which
Yeah.
was those big team fights, and if you disrupt that, then okay.
I mean,
Game over.
it was similar to we mentioned we saw the other day when they went against eHome.
Yeah.
And they did win the game, but that was because eHome kind of messed up. Because MP with these kind of draws, there are points where it just feels like they lack damage. You know, we saw them getting the ults off, but they just weren't killing anyone. There's no way to finish them off.
Because they used a lot of them defensively too,
Yeah.
like insanely defensive after the first ones.
At least it's a best of 3.
It is.
I mean, yeah. Game two.
They have
Indeed.
hope. They have hope.
Ben, are we going to see some switch? Are we still going to see Warlock being picked up first? I mean, is there?
Oh,
do you
yeah.
feel
Yeah.
they still play with that?
Heroes
There's
way
not a
too
way.
good.
that you
Warlock
do
was not the weak link. It
No.
was simply I think a
lanes.
lot of it was a Chen.
Yeah.
Chen forced him to play a certain way and do stuff in the early game. Like he was very aggressive in the early game, but didn't get any kills and didn't really stop anyone's farm. Like
Yeah.
OD caught right back up
Yeah.
in like 2 or 3 minutes.
Actually, I love the defensive use of Bloodlust middle. He would just Bloodlust the OD, and they'd come with the smoke gank, and he was just way quicker than him. Like the
Yeah.
troll nets could never catch up to him.
that was cool.
It was.
That
I
was,
mean,
that
it was
was
a
very
dominant
cool.
performance
Yeah,
from EG.
thank you, Ben.
That's cool.
Smart play.
Give a
smart
different
call.
verb for that, maybe. Besides cool?
Amazing.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Sick. Dank.
Damn.
Dank.
Dank.
Ay, ay, ay.
Oh God.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We've already got people getting in the lobby. So game 2 of MP versus EG will be on pretty shortly, and hopefully just with a break shorter than the game, because I know the game was short, but hopefully this will be a little short in itself. So don't worry about the next game coming around the corner very, very shortly. MP versus EG game 2. EG at the moment standing 1-0. We'll see you in a bit.